Yeah, right.
Steve,
Like you obviously saw enough from Paddy to name him.
Yes.
You expect him to get through a full game?
Yeah, he'll play. Yeah, and he'll be fine. So we haven't really named the side with the thought that he'll need a rest. We probably come in more with that plan last week. As it turned out, he played a bit more game time and he's pretty ready to go.
Will you engineer a situation where you sort of get a lot of time into your main guys, or will you still rotate through your 26?
Yeah, I'll be pretty close to what we want to get to round one. I think we don't want to put our players at risk either. A focus for us is still to be healthy, and if that means that we have to get a few more extra rests into them, we'll do that in preparation for round one. But we're certainly looking at it as a view of get as much load as we possibly can in them and replicate round one.
Drew, Rosie and Butters, are they really in the mix for round one?
They are. I think anyone that's playing this week has got the jump on the others. Also understand they don't have exclusive rights either. So, they get a good look at it. We're keen to settle a few roles. If they're in this side, then they've got a really strong chance for round one.
Can I ask another one about Ryder? What's he done this week?
Well, he's done his training. Jumped in training yesterday, so he had a little bit of a kick around this morning. Not much. That's just sort of part of his plan. He trained yesterday, so we expect him to be fine, and he'll roll out his combination with Scotty.
He's somebody that you guys have wrapped in cotton wool so many times over the journey. I mean, this must mean that he's 110% ready to go. That's what we imply.
Yeah, he's had a good build up. They had. I guess a little bit of an interruption early on through pre-season, but that's about it. He's generally done most of it, and he's in pretty good shape. So he spent a lot of his time forward. Expect him to play there. Clearly, with the ruck combination, it's been a lot talked about. It's just trying to get those two working together, and what's the minutes? How long is Scotty in the ruck versus Paddy forward? So we'll just. We're still learning about that and what the players are doing and exactly what the ideal mix is.
So, Michael, full dress rehearsal for round one?
It's as close as we can possibly get it, yeah.
So
yeah.
No more experimenting tomorrow, or will there be a little?
We've still always got to have a little bit. I mean, we're still in the progressive stage. We use this opportunity as a way to be able to try things, and we've not shied away from the fact that we're trying to change the profile of what we look like, not just about the way we play, but even where players are playing, and so we're still in that progressive stage where we're learning more about ourselves and the combinations. And when you got a lot of new guys in there, there is some time afforded to getting them to work together and exactly what's required. And a young Dersman coming in and playing on the wing is slightly different to what we've had in the past, so that takes a little bit of adjustment.
So Jack Watts, where's he going to play tomorrow? He's playing wing and down back, obviously, so far for you.
Yeah, I think the big thing for us is that we're asking our players to be able to play in a couple of different positions. I wouldn't have thought too much would change though. We've sort of made a decision to get him up around the ball and use the ball through the middle of the ground as well as spend some time down back. So if he's got another position, it's probably floating around cross half back.
Is Dougal Howard playing tomorrow?
No, he won't play. No.
Okay, just being managed? Or?
No, not so much. I mean, what we've tried to do is we've put the best form side out there. So he'll miss. We feel like there's a couple of people that get the job ahead of him. So he'll play tonight, and he'll try and put himself in some good form, and then he'll be considered. And again, all it means for this game is that the players playing have the jump, but it's not exclusive.
So you're not overly happy with his form? Or?
Well, there's certainly not happy enough to suggest that he's in front of some others. So at the moment we feel like we've got a few others in a little bit better form, and so they get the go at it.
For those of us that haven't been here every day pre-season watching, how can you determine form from, I suppose, one game so far? How those factors get to where we are with Dougal?
Look, there's some. It's just basing up who we think's in the best form. There's no other more tricks than that. It's that we feel like we've got the 6 or 7 that can get out and get the job done for us. We're getting to the pointy end, so we've got to look at. We get to talk about that in match committee about what mix we feel like round one works. But again, I want to say it's. We're going in with this team and we feel like we've got them in the best form, but it's certainly not exclusive.
How much debate was there? I mean, it's unusual not to play the same side in pre-season and consecutive games, you'd imagine. But was there much debate about keeping that side as to giving others a crack?
Oh, it was a lot, but the main challenge was we had 26 and we've got to get it down into 22. So there's going to be some players that miss out. We're fortunate that we're having those conversations. Back in last year, we were trying to find players. We were sort of starting to fall over and we're starting to run out of players. Now we're getting personnel on the track. We're getting to really tight conversations around what we want and what's our ideal mix. And we're more than content with being able to go in with who's playing the best.
What's Hamish going to do this week?
No, he won't play. We think he's still around the track for round one. We're not certainly committing into any specific week, but he certainly won't play tonight.
Has he shown improvement? He jumped the hurdle that he fell over a couple of weeks?
Yeah, he's well and truly over that. So it's just building back up his load really, and just being careful. I mean, we're still in that time frame for an ACL. We're still within that time frame. We would have liked to have activated that a little bit quicker, but the body hasn't necessarily let that happen. So he just stepped back a little bit, and then we've been progressively building him up since then. So yeah, he'll be fine. We hope come round one.
I don't imagine that's been easy for him for the last couple of weeks.
Absolutely not. No. I mean, he's also a realist. As long as we're sort of getting his energy out on the track, which we are, and he's getting around the boys, might be not necessarily there physically, but he certainly is spiritually.
Is Broadbent? Is he playing tonight as well?
Yeah, he'll play tonight as well. Yeah.
What are the main things you want to get out of this last JOT game?
Oh, well, I think for us, we just want to make sure that we're continuing to show some progress on what we did last week. And, we feel like we had a really good 2 quarters and 2 quarters where we didn't play what we want. So I guess it's trying to sustain that intensity and effort over a longer period of time. The fact that we've got the team pretty settled helps. But as I said earlier, the profile of the way we're playing, we're still exploring and we're still trying to get right. So I'd imagine when you look at us, you're going to sort of see some pretty exciting parts, and you're going to look at us and also see some parts that you think we've still got to improve. And but we're certainly looking as an opportunity to be able to get as close as we possibly can to the way we want to play for round one.
How did you see your transition out of the back line last week? Is that something to sort of tweak? Are there a few comments that you guys maybe got stuck and hemmed in at times?
It's not so much stuck. I think we played one tempo last week and it was fast. So it might have been just a little bit too often. So we've just got to find that middle ground. As we said, we're part of the profile change is, there's some defensive things that we are doing differently. But the way we want to move the ball has been spoken about a lot. And we've got to find the balance between, what been considered in the past as too slow and then what is, last week, which we went a little bit too fast too often. So we're still trying to find that middle ground.
Have you been in a position like this in your playing or coaching career where the club's had such a big list turnover, change the game plan a little bit, or is it uncharted waters for you as well?
Oh no, I think it's an educated view because you're watching your players through pre-season, and we've been able to adapt to what's been required. I think the players have really embraced that we're after them to be more creative, and we're after them to explore more, and we're after for them to adapt. And it's been fantastic to be able to see how they've adapted throughout the pre-season with what we're throwing at them. But the one thing we can't provide to them, no matter how hard we train and how hard and intense we go, is that we can't provide that game level of intensity. And what we still haven't done is over 4 quarters, can we bring that game level of intensity and execute consistently? And we're certainly happy with that for a half, and we walk away with some really exciting parts of our game. But we also walk away knowing we've still got some work to do.
What sort of reception do you reckon Holland will get from the fans?
Big guessing. It probably doesn't help that it's at Albion, but could probably pick other venues. I think where we're at is that we're so invested in what we're trying to achieve. It's well and truly sits 4th, 5th, 6th in line. Probably not even really present in front of mine, really. We've still got a lot to do, and we're still so invested in what we're trying to achieve and getting our own players in form. That becomes a little bit down the track.